Good morning, Unlockers. My name is Michelle Beckett, and welcome to day one of our Self-Talk Kickstarter week. Now, my own personal journey is that I didn't get diagnosed with ADHD until I was 44. And I probably reckon I was talking to myself in a really horrible way from childhood. So probably around the age of 10 when I noticed I couldn't do some things as well as other people. So many of us won't have got diagnosed until adulthood, or are even waiting for a diagnosis, or think you may have ADHD. So you might have had decades of thinking that you're a failure, that you can't do this, that you're lazy, that this is your fault, that you can't control your emotions because you didn't know about your ADHD. And our negative self-talk tends to be pretty up there when we've got ADHD. We talk to ourselves, our inner dialogue can be really, really vile. And so vile that we don't even notice it. Until I put some focus on this a couple of years ago, I didn't realize the extent to which I spoke to myself badly. And I really started catching it because it just tended to be really habitual and really automatic, that automatic negative thinking. So here is your task for day one of our Positive Self-Talk Kickstarter. And all throughout the week, for 5 days, we're going to be doing this live every day. We're going to be giving you some tips and strategies to try and flip this. It's going to take some time and it's going to take some work. But the Kickstarter, the idea behind this week is it gets you into the groove, it gets you noticing, and it starts to embed that habit so you can continue that work after this week. So your task for today, I would like you, if possible, and this is really, really confronting and difficult, to carry a notebook around with you, or even use the Notes app on your phone. Every time you notice when you've said something horrible to yourself in your head, oh, you're lazy, oh, you should have done that, oh, for goodness sake, you've let everybody down again, or you're so clumsy, etc. All of these horrible things that we say to ourselves. And the ones I've mentioned now are quite mild. And if you're anything like me, they can be far worse, the things you say in your head, but probably not suitable for a daytime live broadcast. So I'd like you to write down the things that you say and you notice that you're saying to yourself in your inner dialogue. That's really, really difficult, I'm afraid. But I would like you to make this the first step into being horrified at how you talk to yourself, because if you're not noticing it, you're not aware of the damage. Now, people have said to me, well, I need that negative self-talk, Michelle. I need to give myself a kick up the backside in order to get stuff done. Unfortunately, you are wrong about this. You cannot, the stick, as far as our inner self-talk is concerned, is not helpful and will not serve you, unfortunately. All it does is drain your executive fuel tank, drains your emotional tank, and makes it more difficult, and actually exacerbates your ADHD symptoms. So I've got a list here of some of the stuff that happens to your body as a stress response when we bully ourselves and we talk to ourselves in a negative way. So poor gut health, poor sleep, lowered focus, and heaven knows we don't need to lower our focus anymore when we have ADHD. Lowered energy levels, lowered immune response, increase or decrease in your appetite, muscular pain, and then it can further imbalance your neurotransmitters. So lower your dopamine, the worse you speak to yourself, or your serotonin. It can lead to depression, anxiety, and a lowered ability to cope with stress. So it does have a really negative impact. And what it means is, people have said to me, but I need that kind of accountability. Negative accountability doesn't help. You need to be in a cheerleader rather than your inner bully. It doesn't mean not evaluating your day and what could have gone better and working on strategies to improve your productivity and your focus and your well-being. But what it does mean is we're going to stop talking to ourselves in a really, really horrible, horrible way. So I'd like you to notice, I would like you to be horrified, but in a non-judgmental way, and realize that the way you talk to yourself is almost inevitable from the way that we've had to live with our ADHD, mostly undiagnosed for such a long time. And all of those negative messages from other people that we've had and from ourselves are deeply embedded and habitual, and it is our coping mechanism. So please don't beat yourself up, for being horrible to yourself. Just notice, realize, and then make a commitment to yourself that you're going to start to make these changes and that it's not serving you. So join me tomorrow morning at 9:30, where we'll do day 2, and all throughout the week we'll work on further tips and strategies to flip your automatic negative thinking and change it into positive self-talk, which will massively improve your well-being. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9:30, Unlockers. Bye-bye.